I hate the phrase make, do and lend. No, let us celebrate mending as the radical act that it is.
People are so on asking me, can I come and volunteer with you? I'm going to start knitting.
It's a great opportunity for people generally in government to see what's going on the ground. If you don't sort of get into the halls of power, it can be very difficult to bridge that gap sometimes. So.
At the moment, a lot of the reuse and repair activity happens in niche places and at niche times. And what our ambition and vision is that communities can experience reuse and repair for themselves.
This is joyful rebellion by saying no. I am proud to wear mended clothes. Everything that I'm wearing today, including my pants, which I am not going to show you, is either made by me or second-hand.
The amount of paint we send to processing every year is ridiculous. And when that can be placed back into reuse, it makes sense to take it to the next level. Our partner, East Belfast Mission, then takes it away to their distribution centre and it's analysed to see the quality of the paint. And the final destination is, of course, the retail store.
Over the last 5 years, Newcastle Lions have held an annual Recycle Reuse Collection Day. The benefits include motivating our club members, networking with the public about the needs to reduce, reuse, recycle.
This year we set up donation points throughout the city and district where people could come along and swap out Halloween costumes. This scheme is making Halloween more affordable for families and also is tackling textile waste and fast fashion.
If we can show we are happier with less, we are happier in our little second-hand frugal lives, that is what is going to inspire.
These next door to us Habitat for Humanity. They get bikes donated to them and they don't do nothing with the bikes. And they've actually opened a shop next door to our workshop and they're constantly coming in and knocking on the door and saying, here, somebody's left those bikes in.
Fixing something, repairing something, you've got to come up with practical solutions. You've got to learn a bit of mechanics or, learn to thread a needle, and you've got to get someone to teach you, and then you can teach somebody else. So there are these connections to be made.
We wanted to bring reuse and repair to our central government and to our space to advocate on behalf of our members that policy decisions that our ministers are making with regard to the circular economy, that funding and policy is there to support the growth and development of this area.
I did go rummaging around my house for stuff that needed repaired and all I could find was me. And also Loch Ness potentially, okay. We have a plan to be able to give us a sustainable future ahead here in Northern Ireland, and seeing so many volunteers and staff members within this room committed to the work that you're doing gives me real inspiration for the future.
First circular economy strategy set out the overall approach to the circular economy. It was really about socialising the concept, explaining what it was, and to try to demystify, simplify the concept to people and to make it clear to them that they're actually doing circular things every day.
We mapped the repair cafes across the UK last year and we thought there were 250 when we started. It turned out there were more than 500 and that's now grown. It's now 650 in the UK, so that's a good start. But then it's all about then kind of building up the skills and how do we get more repair cafes to meet that demand. But that's where you need these big injections of kind of resource and support for these initiatives to happen.
It's an exciting challenge to have, isn't it? That we're going to require this level of resource, this level of skills available to support the circular economy transition. So if we can provide that sort of policy certainty and a bit of funding certainty as well, then it supports people's perception of this being a thing that is going to be around for a while.
What we are seeing is that people are engaging in circular economy behaviours to some extent. So 66% of people have done something in the last 12 months, like repair, like reuse, like lending. So that's positive.
The repair skills that these people who had been distanced from the labour market learned for repairing the washing machines are actually directly applicable for the wind turbines. So it's also about the jobs of tomorrow.
Scissors cutting, an old singer sewing machine spinning. These sounds remind me of my grandmother. The bond between us, the bond between her and the worn garments that she tenderly repaired. Found again here in Northern Ireland, where that same spirit thrives among people who love to repair.
I'm here to talk a little bit about a project that we're partnering with NIRN and others on, which is called Artitude. And that's a place-based collaborative movement. So bringing people across the Derry City and Strabane district area to look at how we might transform our relationship with nature, waste, the circular economy and climate action. We look at public policy from a government level, and we look at it, I suppose, disparately at a grassroots level based on the organisations. But if you also look at it at a place-based approach, that could be really helpful because people care about place, because they have agency in place and it matters to them and they inhabit it and they have pride in it. But we will only shift if our imaginations are engaged, if our deepest sense of emotions and the stories that matter to us are engaged.
You look at the history of our species. What did we do? We made art.
We painted on walls with our fingers.
We painted the walls. And in order for those experts to be doing the wall painting, they were supported by their communities with practical things like food. So if we weren't supporting artists, we wouldn't have the caves in Lascaux, we wouldn't have this beautiful history.
You see people coming in with stuff that they really like or want to get fixed, and we provide a solution to best abilities what we can fix. Every time we start an event, it seems more people coming, and word of mouth seems to be spreading, and people are taking on more for repair stuff.
And people have shown an interest. They used to say, can you come and run a repair cafe in our town? And they say, no, we can't, but we will show you how to set one up.
It's nearly 4 years since I joined, initially for an organisation called Community Resources Network Ireland, to set up a pilot project. And from the success of that pilot project, we've now developed into a standalone organisation. And 4 years in the future, how do we encourage and drive further awareness of reuse and repair and our members? How do we ensure that there's policy at a local and central government to encourage more reuse and repair? And how do we ensure that the funding is there to support the organisations who've been so active in this space for a very long time, that they are able to continue to do the great work they're doing, but increase and bring new organisations and new communities into this space as well.
Thank you very much, Minister Moore, for your kind words. As a token of appreciation today, we challenged a couple of our members to make a gift for you out of reused materials.